Welcome back to Spectacular Sports, and today I'll be doing my mid-season MLB predictions, and it's currently the All Star game, or the All Star break, so I'll be giving my predictions for the last half of the MLB season. Starting in the American League East, in last place I'm going with the Blue Jays. They just haven't looked the same. Vladdy's kind of having a down year, and their entire team isn't performing as they should be. They're currently, on the right is their current record, and on the left is my projection. So I think they'll go 79 and 83. I have the Rays finishing in fourth, but still above 500, 84 and 78, and they're at 500 now. I think they'll stay about the same for the rest of the season. But you never know what to expect with the Rays teams. And third, I'm going with the Red Sox. I think that they could be a sneaky playoff team, and they're honestly they're performing way better than I gave them credit to start the season. Second, I'm going with the Orioles, 98 and 64. They are one of the best teams in the MLB, and it just sucks that the Yankees are in their division, who have them going first at 103 and 59. That's my predictions for the American League East. In the AL Central, and last, of course, I'm going with the White Sox. They're gonna lose more games than the A's did last year, and that's saying something. They're just a really, really bad team. I have them finishing 46 and 116. And fourth, I'm going with the Tigers at 77 and 85. I predicted them to win the division in the beginning of the year. I had really high hopes for them, but they're not as good as I predicted them to be. But still, 77 wins for a rebuilding team, not bad. Third, I'm going with the defending AL Central champs, the Twins, who have a really good record now, but I don't know. I just feel like they're gonna start to crumble in September before the playoffs start. Second, I'm going with the Royals, who are a really surprising team this season. Bobby Witt Jr. is a breakout star, and they're looking really good. I think they'll not make the playoffs this year, but I think they're going to be a true contender in the Central and maybe even the AL in the upcoming years. And first, I think the Guardians will win the division, 94 wins. I feel like since last year I kind of been sleeping on them, so they're back in the Central. Lastly, we have the West, and in last I'm going with the A's, 58 and 104. At least they're not the worst team in the AL. And fourth, I'm going with the Angels. I thought they'd be the worst team in the conference, just because they lost Ohtani. But I don't know. Rengifo has been a breakout player, and Mike Trout is doing Mike Trout things. Third, I'm picking the Astros, 88 and 74. Astros haven't been the most consistent this season, but I think towards the end they'll get some wins and be ready for the playoffs. Second, I'm going with the Rangers, who, similar to the Astros, have been very inconsistent, especially for the defending World Series champs. But I think they'll squeeze out 91 games. And first, this may be a little biased, but I'm going with the Mariners. And I feel like they're playing really good, even with Julio Rodriguez kind of having a slow start. But my hot take, I think Pete Alonso will be traded there by the trade deadline. So that's why I have them with so much wins, 50, or they currently have 58 and 37, but I have them finishing 94 and 68. And that brings us to the American League playoff picture. The 1 seed is going to be the Yankees. 2 seed is your Guardians. 3 seed is the Mariners. 4 seed, the first wildcard team, is the Orioles. 5 seed is the Rangers, who will be playing the Orioles in the first round. And then the Astros, who will be playing the Mariners in the first round. And then here's the rest. And outside looking in, you got Red Sox, Rays, Royals, Twins, Blue Jays, Tigers, Angels, A's, and White Sox. So that's the American League playoff picture. Going to the National League East, in 5th place, I'm going with the Marlins, 56 and 106. Yeah, they kind of just after they lost in the wild card round last year to the Phillies, I'm pretty sure. They just haven't been anywhere close to that same talent. I'm going with the Nationals, the Washington Walgreens to finish 4th. Yeah, their logo literally is Walgreens. Anyway, I think they'll go 71 and 91. Just the most Nationals record ever. In third, I'm going with the Mets, who they're in the playoff picture as of the day of this recording. And I think they'll lose Pete Alonso, so that's why I have them only for 74 wins. Like I said, I think he'll go to the Mariners, but I still think Francisco Lindor will get this team to 74 wins. And second, I'm going with the Braves, which kind of is interesting because they lost Acuna, but they're doing not fine without him, but they're doing good. They have a lot of talent around him, so I just think that the Braves will still make the playoffs with 88 wins. And I'm going with Philly to almost get 100 wins, but not quite, at 99 and 63, and win the National League East. In the NL Central, I feel like this is the most balanced division. It wouldn't be that crazy if any of the teams in this division end up winning it. But I think the worst of them is the Reds, who have finishing 77, 85. They're currently 3 games below 500 now, so I just think that they'll kind of start to crumble when the rest of the division's playoff teams. I think the Pirates will have kind of the same as the Reds, where they kind of just crumble at the end of the season. They're currently at 500, and I think they'll finish 79 and 83. I think the Cardinals will finish 3rd, 84 wins. I think the Cardinals are good. I didn't think that in the beginning of this year, but honestly, I feel like they're a sneaky playoff team. I think the Cubs will turn it around because they're currently last in the division, but I don't know. I feel like they're going to bring in somebody at the trade deadline, so I think that will boost them to 86 wins. And I'm picking Milwaukee to win it with 93. So yeah, that's the National League Central. Last division is the National League West, which I'm picking the Rockies to finish last 61 and 101. Yeah, I'm picking the Giants to go 75 and 87. The Giants are the most team where they're the most likely team to finish with their wins in the 70s, 70 to 79 wins. But I have them going 75. I think the Diamondbacks will go 3rd at 86 and 76. They've been kind of showing inconsistency, just like the Rangers. And after our World Series loss, they haven't really been an elite team. And they were my pick to win the World Series going into this year. I don't think that's going to be just like that, but I think they'll get 86 wins. I think the Padres, I really believe in the Padres this year. If you didn't know, the Padres and the Mariners are my 2 favorite teams. So, not biased, but I have them going 89 and 73. I just think their roster is really talented, and in the last couple of weeks they've been doing really good. Or not the last couple of weeks, but the season they've been doing good, even with a lot of their really good players injured. Joe Musgrove, Manny Machado hasn't been playing every game. It's like football. Anyway, I'm going with the Dodgers to finish with the best record, and not only the National League, but the entire MLB at 107 to 55. So that will take us to the National League playoff picture, which I just said, I had the Dodgers at the 1 seed, the Phillies at the 2, the Brewers at the 3, and the top wildcard team being the Padres. That puts the Braves at the 5 seed and the Diamondbacks at the 6 seed to have a rematch of last year's National League wildcard game between the Diamondbacks and the Brewers. And here's the rest of the National League, with the Cubs, Cardinals, Pirates, Reds, Giants, Mets, Nationals, Rockies, and Marlins all missing the playoffs. So now we get into the American League wildcard between the 4 seed Orioles and the 5 seed Rangers. And in this matchup, I'm picking the Orioles to win 2-1 to move on to play the Yankees. And then in the other game, I'm picking the Mariners to beat the Astros and solidify the Mariners as a true contender. In the National League wild card, we have the Padres versus the Braves. And I think if the Braves make it all the way here, I don't know how long they'll last in the playoffs. Give me the Padres to win in 3 games. And this is the rematch I was talking about, which the same exact seeding too is the 3-seed Brewers versus the 6-seed Diamondbacks. But I'm picking a different result. I think the Brewers get their revenge because the Diamondbacks have been really inconsistent. So I think the Brewers will snatch a win here. So here is the results of the wild card round, meaning we have Guardians, Mariners, Yankees, Orioles in the American League, and Phillies, Brewers, and Padres, Dodgers in the National League. So in the ALDS, there's the 1-seed Yankees versus the 4-seed Orioles, who I think by the end of the season, these will be the 2 best teams in the American League, but they just have to play each other because of the MLB playoffs, like bracket. And I think that the Yankees will squeeze out 3 games to 2 to make it to the ALCS. And now we have the 2-seed Guardians versus the 3-seed Mariners. And this might be biased, but I think the Mariners, by the time October rolls around, I think their pitching will still be like elite. And I think Julio Rodriguez and also I said Pete Alonso, I think will be on the team. We'll put some serious runs. So I think the Mariners will advance. And in the NLDS, we have a classic rivalry, or not a classic rivalry, but if you're a Padres fan, this is the rivalry you want to see. But I think 2 years ago, they played in the DS and the Padres won. But I think the Dodgers to get their revenge, winning 3 games to 2. But I think the Padres have their number in the playoffs, but I still think the Dodgers will advance. And in the last game in the DS is the Phillies versus the Brewers. And I feel like this is close, but I feel like the Phillies are going to win 30 games to 1 to advance to the NLDS. Meaning after the Phillies advance to the NLCS. Going to the third round, here are the results. So we have Yankees versus Mariners in the ALCS and Phillies Dodgers in the NLCS. So in the ALCS, like I said, we have the Yankees and the Mariners. And also, I know I keep on making biased picks, but I really think this could happen. Yankees get upset by the Mariners in the ALCS. I just think that the Mariners, once they'll get some bad swinging, they're going to be one of the top teams in the league. And then NLCS, we have Dodgers, Phillies. To play the Mariners, I'm picking the Dodgers. I know the Dodgers in the past couple of years haven't been the most consistent in the playoffs, but I think with Shohei Ohtani, this is the year where they make it to the World Series. And I know the Phillies are really good in the playoffs, but I feel like the Dodgers are a pretty big roadblock. Which brings us to the World Series 2024. Between the AL champions, 3-seed Seattle Mariners, and the NL champions, 1-seed Los Angeles Dodgers. And in this series, I'm picking the Dodgers to win 4 games to 2. So the Los Angeles Dodgers are your 2024 World Series champions. And I know this picture is from 2020, but I think this will be what happens by like mid-October. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and Spectacular Sports out.